Is unacceptable. Feel safe is unacceptable. This is Memphis. This is the United States of America, and all that bullshit is done. It's over. It's finished. You know, the gangbangers that you deal with, they think that they're ruthless. They have no idea how ruthless we are. They think they're tough. They have no idea how tough we are. They think that they're hardcore. We are so much more hardcore than they are. And we have the entire weight of the United States government behind us. What do they have? They have nothing behind them. So we are going to win. They are going to lose. We are going to rescue Memphis, and it will not only be safer than ever before, but businesses and investment are going to pour in, and Memphis will be richer than ever before because President Trump has decided this is a priority. And when President Trump...
This is straight up racist. He is in Memphis, which has a very large Black population and a Black mayor. And this administration has been selectively focusing on cities that have Black mayors to attack first because inherently they are racist and the MAGA base is racist. Look no further than the person that they idolize and are martyring right now, unrepentant, unapologetic racist Charlie Kirk. But when he says gangbangers, do not kid yourself. That is messaging to white people because there is this messaging that happens to where if a Black person is a member of a gang and commits a crime, all Black people are that. And white people have a tendency in the media and in government to stereotype an entire race of people. We have a white lone wolf problem right now of white men getting radicalized online and shooting stuff up all over the place. And that same stereotype doesn't apply to all white men. But for Black people, it does. And we're here on this podcast to say we see what they're doing, and that is complete racism. And what he's trying to do right there is tell the city of Memphis, you have a Black problem, and we're going to deal with it. That's what he's saying. That's what the white people that hear that are saying. That is, and we're only a news cycle or two away from them just straight up starting to say that. So I'm asking every single white American right now, do you stand with your Black brothers and sisters? Do you or don't you? Because this is beyond politics. This is beyond tax breaks. Racism has always been a fundamental American problem. And you either want to help them eradicate it and see Black and brown people as productive, fabulous members of our society, or you just stereotype the lot of them. And think about if people did this to white people. If all white men were now stereotyped as psychopathic shooters, Fox News would lose their minds. But the Republicans have been doing this for years. And I'm telling you right now, there is nobody on the planet more racist than white evangelical Christians, because the KKK was a religious movement. And it is just now called the Heritage Foundation or the Federalist Society or whatever your local neighborhood church is. And they throw in a few Black members here and there to try to, look, no, we're not really racist. But these places are white supremacist structures. And Stephen Miller's speech right there was an attack on every Black.
Shalom, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing this word in the four winds of the earth. And shalom to you few sincere sisters out there as well. This is Brother Ariyah coming at you with another lesson here. And I'm just going to read Genesis 27, maybe a couple other scriptures. I'm trying to make this fast. But I'm reading Genesis 27, just showing you exactly why these Edomites hate us. Okay? So I'm just going to read from the first verse to around the 42nd verse, around there. And I'll be fast with it. Okay? And it says, and it came to pass that when Isaac was old, and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son, and said unto him, my son. And he said unto him, behold, here am I. And he said, behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, the weapons, the quiver, and the bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, to go get him some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, And Esau went to the field and hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make my savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. And my father peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother, and his mother made savory meat such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. And who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau thy firstborn. I have done according to thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy power brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother Esau's hands, so he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Right? And this is the blessing that Esau wants. And this is why they're so pissed off, because Jacob, pretty much tricked his father to get Esau's blessing. Okay, but it's all prophecy, because the scriptures say that the older shall serve the younger. Okay, and let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of the blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, And behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Okay, and this is the riches of the earth. This is why they're in power now, because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and they have the fatness of the earth right now. Okay, which lets you know that the so-called white man is Esau Edom, so-called devil of the Bible, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live. Right, that sword in Ezekiel, the 21st chapter, that sword being sharpened, which is sharpened right now, preparing for a sore slaughter, as we see what's going on in Chicago, and we're going to see happen in other cities, man. Okay, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Okay, and this is the spirit that they're in right now. And I bring this out a lot, okay, but this is the spirit that Esau is in right now. Okay, you heard what that man said. You guys think y'all thugs, you think you're ruthless. You ain't seen nothing yet. All right, and he told no lies. Okay, because when it comes to combat, Jake ain't got no chance, man. They don't. Because Esau is an expert at war. Okay, he's an expert when using weapons. All right? And we all going to see that together. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, proposing to kill thee. All right, so this is the spirit that these Edomites are in right now, man. All right, because they claiming they going after, immigrants or migrants or whatever you want to call them, but they only going after the northern kingdom. All right, they only going after the so-called Hispanics, right? But there were many other nations that came over here last year during that time, where people were migrating here to America. A lot of them came from Africa. Okay, a lot of them came from India. A lot of them came from, Asia. A lot of them came from the Middle East. But you're not seeing them being hunted down like Jake is now, man. Okay, so definitely we in the time of Jeremiah, the 30th chapter and the 7th verse, Jacob's trouble. Okay, so I'm going to play this quick little video real quick just to show you, what these other migrants, this one migrant in particular was saying. It was a year ago, but you don't see them going after him or going after these other military-aged migrants that are here in America. Why? Because they're here for a reason.
You are smart enough, you would know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very
easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
The entitlement, guys. Wow.
Oh, you're going to want to stick around for this one. You know that Muslim migrant that's going viral right now for the disturbing comments he made towards the reporter? Well, I was able to locate some disturbing facts about who this gentleman truly is. Check this out.
But soon you're going to know who I am.
His name is Mafsam Samadov.
The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
And he's here for a purpose, and I'm about to show you what.
Yes, you see Esau is making no mention of them in the news. Okay? Now they going from city to city now, and it's just nothing more than a war against Israelites, man. Okay? That's what it is, a war against Israelites. All right? They in Chicago now, and they arrested more than 1,000 people, including children with no damn clothes on. You got ICE agents talking about, fuck them kids, right? Showing you their true colors, man. Okay, those horns are no longer protruding. Those horns are out fully now, okay? Those devil horns are out fully, okay, for everyone to see. All right, so these are the times that we're in right now, man. And they're only going to get more dire and more severe and worse as we move forward, man. All right, now they're going into Memphis. You know, on the video I played at the beginning, you know, with Esau talking his shit. All right, and they got a whole list of other cities they're going to. Of course, they're going to New York next. All right, they're going to be going to Baltimore. They're going to be going to Miami and different cities in Florida. Right, they're probably going to be here in Jersey, going to Camden, Newark, you know, Patterson. All right, they're going to be going to other Philly. All right, they're going to be going to Virginia. They're going to be going to Dallas, Houston. You know, all of these major cities they're going to be hitting up next. And who resides there? Jake. That's where Jake resides, in the cities, man. Okay? And that's where they're coming first, man. They're not worried about all of these, militarized migrants that they let over here, because they're over here for a reason. They're here to do a job, right? They're here to do a job. And we about to see, like that man said, you're going to see who I am soon, right? And that was over a year ago. So yeah, it's about to be known. You know, these dudes know how to build bombs. They know how to take out a lot of people, building building weapons and things like that to take people out, and being undetected, you know. So yeah, we we in some serious times, man. And it also shows you this, Psalms 83 all day. And it says, keep not thy silence, O God, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Okay, and these are all our enemies, right? The ones that I have mentioned, as far as the other nations that came here to Babylon the Great during the great migration, if you will. Okay, a lot of them were of the other nations. All right, but Esau's not going after them. He's just going after the northern tribe right now. Now he's coming after the southern tribe as well. That's always been here, but they on some bullshit right now, man. And it's just funny how all of this starts to happen after the Charlie Kirk incident, man. Okay, they don't go after so-called white men that are mass murderers and go shoot up churches and go shoot up supermarkets and schools and things of that nature, assassinating quote unquote important people and all that. They don't go after them. Okay, they want to come after Jake, man, because it's a war on the Israelites, right? And it says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, right? Because, people are becoming to get hip to who they are. Not people, but Israelites are coming to know who they truly are, all right? And this is something that Esau has tried to suppress for the longest, man. And now he's seeing that people are waking up, man. So yeah, the devil is coming down having wrath because he knoweth that he had but a short time, right? And it says, for they have consulted together with one consent. Oh, hold on. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Okay, so Israel is a people before a place. Okay, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And that one consent is what? To keep us down, right? To try to eliminate us off of the earth, man. It's something that they will never, ever be able to do, okay? But they will continuously try to do it, okay? The tabernacles of Edom, okay? The so-called white man, Ishmaelites, okay? Which was that militarized dude that said, you're going to know who I am very soon. That was an Ishmaelite, man. That was an Arab, a so-called Arab, a Middle Eastern man, okay? Of Moab, the Chinese, and the Hagarenes, and Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, and the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, okay? But there are 18 nations in the Bible, okay? And we are one of them. So there's 17 other nations that are against us and that are confederate against us, okay? Which is pretty much all the other nations that are in the earth, man, okay? So at the end of the day, we all we got. But we got, we got Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, backing us, but only of the elect. Okay, so 2/3 of our people are going to go through some tumultuous times soon. I mean, they going through it right now. I wonder, where did they bring those over 1,000 people that they locked up? Those children. Right now they're saying that they can go run up in schools, okay, and take children out of school if they believe that they're not registered to be, if they're not a citizen, which is illegal. Okay, you can't arrest a child. You can't arrest a child, man, or interrogate a child unless the parent is present. Okay, so that's illegal. So they're throwing all the laws out the window. As far as they're concerned, they are the law, and they can do whatever the hell they want. And these are these draconian laws and the totalitarian ways, that I was going into, a couple of weeks ago. So these things are coming to pass now, and this is the type of time that they're on. They just don't care no more. All right? And all of this that we're seeing, it leads to the MOTB, all of it. You may not see it now, but soon you will come to see it. That all of these things that we do lessons on, it all leads to the MOTB, man, because that is the major prophecy there, man. Okay? So yeah, Esau is or the Lord, okay, got Esau heating things up, man. All right, so we're gonna have to see what happens from here. But I just want to do this quick lesson, and I pray that it was edifying, and I want to say shalom to the next one.